What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today we're going to show you how to set up the app with your mini series of lights. It's available on both iOS and Android. Today we're going to be looking at the iOS version. If you haven't downloaded the app already, it's available on our support site, or you can look for it on the App Store. Just look up Rockville par-control and then click to install. So now that you've downloaded the app, let's go over how to link the phone to the light. The first thing we're gonna do is go to the light itself, then we're gonna click on the mode button until we get to the app mode. When you press enter in the app mode, you're gonna see this unique code. So we're gonna look for that code in the Wi-Fi settings. So now I'm gonna go into my Wi-Fi settings. Then I'm gonna look through the networks until I see Rockville-E32, which is the code on my light. And then I'm gonna click on it to pair my phone to the light. Once you've paired your phone to the light, you can press enter again on the app mode. And now we can go ahead and open the app on our phone. So this is the first screen you see right here. We're gonna go over all of the different modes and functions, but for now I wanna shift our attention to the 4 groups here on the bottom. So here we have 4 different groups to choose from, and we can match the light to one of these groups by going back to the app mode. For today, we're gonna keep it simple and assign this light to app group 1. So now I can go to the app and select app group 1, and now I can choose any color or any mode, and the light is gonna follow. So let's go ahead and explore the app a bit here. So this first menu is the color menu where we can select a solid color for the light. We have all of these standard colors right here like red, green, blue, etc. On top we have this color wheel to make a custom color. So I can drag anywhere along this color wheel, and that color is gonna come up on the light. And we can also control the brightness of the light using this bar right here in the middle. So I can lower it to make it less bright, and then I can raise it back up to make it more bright. You can even assign your custom color to one of these blank spaces here by just clicking on it like this. So now if you have the light set to a different color, you can just recall that custom color by clicking on it like that. If you ever wanted to erase the custom color, you can just hold it down and then it'll be blank again. On the top right corner, we have the on or off switch, so we can turn the LED off or we can turn it back on. The next menu we have is the mode menu where we can set our light to any of the preset modes. You can also set it to a static color by using these buttons on top. You have another brightness bar down here, and then we have the preset modes down here. So we can set the light to RGB cycle mode. We also have color cycle, color strobe, red pulse, and much more. And on top, you can actually control the speed of each of these modes. So let's say we're in red pulse right now. We can bring the speed of the pulse down, just like that. And then we can bring the speed back up to make it go faster. The next menu we have is the sound mode menu, where we can set our light to one of the 4 sound modes. So I can click on sound mode 1, and now as I'm talking, you can see the light is changing color. We have another brightness bar to adjust the brightness of the light. And below that, we have the sensitivity to adjust how the built-in microphone picks up sound. So if you want your light to react to sound easily, you can leave it at 100%. Or if you only want the light to react to louder noises, you can bring the sensitivity down. And now you can see the light won't react to quieter sounds. But the louder you talk or the louder the music is, the more you'll see the light react. Next, we have the language of the app. You can also clear the cache, check for updates so you're always up on the latest software for the app, and you can even find out more information with this about setting here. We have the option to control multiple lights from the app, but first we have to follow a few steps. First off, you won't have to link your second light through the Wi-Fi settings like we did with the first light, but instead we'll have to follow these next few steps in order to link the lights together. The first thing we're gonna do is set both lights to the same wireless DMX code. To do that, we're gonna click on the mode button on both lights until we get to the wireless DMX code. From here, we can use the up or down buttons to choose between the different codes. For today, we're gonna set it at number 4 or the blue code. Next, we're gonna set both lights to the master mode, which is the next mode over. And this right here is a very important step. So on the first light, which was the light that we connected through the Wi-Fi, we're gonna set the master mode to on. Then on the second light and the other lights you want set up, you're gonna have the master mode turned off. So again, you want the master mode on for your first light, which is connected to your phone, and then you want the master mode off with your second light or the other lights you wanna have set up. So from here, we're gonna choose which app group we want our lights to interact with. So we're gonna set both lights back to the app group mode, and now we can assign our lights to an app group. So for this demo right now, I want my lights only to react to app group 1. So I'm gonna set both lights to app group 1 here. From here, our first light is all set. So the next thing to do is go to the second light and set it to the DMX address or slave mode. So one thing to keep in mind is if you toggle between the different modes on the first light, it may disconnect from the Wi-Fi. So just be sure to check your Wi-Fi settings and make sure that it's still connected to your light. So now that our lights are all set, we can select group 1 here on the app. So now I can choose a mode or a color, and now you'll see that the lights will follow. Now remember, we can have multiple groups of lights going at the same time, so let me show you guys how to do that next. So for this demo, we're gonna keep our first light on app group 1, and then we're gonna set our second light to app group 2. To do that, I'm gonna go to my second light and go back to the app group mode, and then from here, I'm gonna set it to app group 2. Just make sure that your lights are still matched to the same DMX code, and also make sure that the master mode is turned off on your second light. Now from here, I'm gonna set my second light back to the DMX address or slave mode. Now from here, I'm gonna turn off group 1 for now and select group 2. Then I can set group 2 to a different mode or color, just like that. Remember, you can set up even more lights to app group 1, app group 2, or the remaining 2 groups using the same exact steps. So now I want to show you guys how to set up all 4 groups using the 4 lights from your MINI RF4 V2 4-pack. If you're starting from scratch, we'll do a quick recap. We can set our first light to the app group mode, and when we press enter, we'll see a unique code. Remember, we're gonna look for this code in the Wi-Fi settings in order to pair our phone to the light. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. And just remember, you only have to do that for the first light and you don't have to do that for the remaining lights. The next thing we're gonna do is set all of our lights to the same DMX code. So for today, we're gonna set them all to 4 or the blue code. Then we're gonna go to the master mode on all 4 of our lights. We're gonna turn it on for the first light only, and then on the remaining lights, we're gonna set it off. We're then gonna go back to the app group mode on all 4 of our lights. Then from here, we're going to assign each light to their own group. So we're gonna set this light to app group 1, this light to app group 2, this to app group 3, and this to app group 4. From here, we're gonna leave our first light alone, and then with the remaining lights, we're gonna set them to DMX or slave mode. Remember, when you're toggling between different modes on your first light, it may disconnect from your phone, so just make sure to check the Wi-Fi and see that it's still linked. So now from here, we can set each group to their own mode or color. So I can select group 1 on the app and set it to the red color. I'm then gonna set group 2 to the green color. For group 3, I'm gonna choose a mode, so let's set it to color cycle. And then for group 4, I'm going to set it to a sound mode. What's also cool is we can select all 4 groups at the same time and set them to the same mode or color, just like that. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to use the app with your mini series of wash lights. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.